Hare Krishna. So Krishna very strongly spoke about how self-realized person, he tolerates the urges of sense pleasures. So what is the incentive? What is the incentive for tolerating these sense pleasures? So let's see that in today's video. Shloka number 23. It goes like this. Shaknoti haivash yah shodhum praksharira vimokshanat kama krododbhavam vegam sayuktah sa sukhi naraha. So here it is given prak, before. Before what? Sharira vimokshanat. Before giving up this body, before giving up this present body, if someone can, shaknoti ihaiva yaha sodhum. If someone can tolerate the urges of what? The material desires. Basically the material senses. And check what? Kama krodod bhavam vegam. If someone can check the force of what? Kama, desire, and krodha, the urge of anger. Such a person is sayuktah, he is well situated on spiritual platform, and sukhi naraha, he is happy in this world. So what we will get by tolerating the urges of sense pleasure? We will become happy. We will become completely, permanently, eternally happy. And that's what is everyone searching for. Permanent happiness, this is what everyone is searching for. And same thing is offered here by Krishna. If one wants to make steady progress on the path of self-realization, he must try to control the forces of the material senses. See, this is the preliminary qualification. This is very, very basic actually in spiritual life. If someone is entering spiritual life, we should actively, consciously try to cultivate the habit of controlling the urges of this material body and mind. It will be difficult. Who says it will not be difficult? It will be difficult. In our life, we do so many things which are difficult, isn't it? So it will be difficult and it will be an adventure to control the urges which are given by this body and mind. But then it has to be done. If someone who is a serious candidate, very, very serious in attaining perfection, that person is expected to do this. So what are the different urges those are there? A very nice shloka from Upadeshamrit, Nectar of Instruction, which says, Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jivha vegam udara upasta vegam etan veganyo vishaheta dhiraha sarvam apimam prithvim sashishyat. So this particular shloka it says that vacho vegam, so one should control the urge of speech. Vacho vegam, manasa vegam, so one should control the urge of mind. Then krodha vegam, one should control the urge of anger. Then Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jivha vegam, udara vegam. One should control the urge of tongue and one should control the urge of belly. And udara upasta vegam, one should control the urges of the genitals. So these 6 urges, we have to control. Slowly and steadily, obviously, we will get lots of strength with our spiritual practice by which we will be able to control these urges. But we have to control these urges. And when we control these urges, it is said that one who is able to control the forces of all these different senses and the mind, such a person is called as Goswami or Swami. Such Goswamis live strictly controlled lives and forego altogether the forces of the senses. Go means senses and Swami means master. So the master of senses is called as Goswami. Currently, the situation of most of the people in this world is Go Dasa. Go means senses, Dasa means servant. We are servants of our senses. Whatever senses dictate, we are like, okay, Sahab, I am there in your service. Oh, Master, I am there in your service. But then, we are human beings. We are on the higher platform. How can we be the servants of our senses? Dogs and hogs can be servant of their senses, not human beings. So we have to endeavor with the practice of Krishna consciousness to control these different urges which are there. Material desires, when unsatiated, generate anger, and thus the mind, eyes and chest become agitated. So when the material desires, lust, when it is unsatiated, when it is not satisfied, what happens? When calm is not satisfied, comes krodha. And even if calm is satisfied, comes lobha, that is greed. So in either case, some nonsense is going to happen. Either we will become angry or we will become greedy, and in both the cases we will be miserable. So it's very much important to control, and it is given that when the anger comes, the mind, eyes and chest, they become agitated. We might have seen the mind becomes so agitated. There's so much of palpitation that is there in the chest region, and the hot tears flow from the eyes. Eyes become completely red hot, isn't it? So this is a sign that how people are miserable in this world. But then as soon as we start practicing Krishna consciousness, especially chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, before becoming angry, we will think twice. Before doing anything nonsense, we'll think twice. And that space for thinking will be given by practice of Krishna consciousness. Nowadays, what is happening? There is an action, an immediate reaction will be there. Why? There is no space for thinking. But then when we practice Krishna consciousness, what happens? When there is an action, there is a space to think, and then there is a response, not reaction. So a Krishna consciousness person does not react, he responds. Obviously, it will be a bit difficult in the initial stages, but with time, with experience and with the mercy of the Lord, this will be possible, where he'll be able to respond to the various reactions. One must practice to control them before one gives up this material body. One who can do this is understood to be self-realized and is thus happy in the state of self-realization. It is the duty of the transcendentalist to try strenuously to control desire and anger. See, before giving up this body, we should do something big in life. It's not about getting a big bungalow and a big car and then we say that I have become something big. No. Hiranyakashipu, he had such big empire. He conquered the entire world, but then he was the most miserable person. Why? Because he did not control his senses. So, if we really want to do something great in life before leaving this body, then we should endeavor to control the senses. Actively, consciously we should do that. And it's actually a known fact that with practice of Krishna consciousness, it will be possible. Now, someone might ask this question, how long are we supposed to do this? How long are we supposed to control the senses and the urges, etc., etc.? And the answer is, till the last breath. We have to do that. Till the last breath, we have to do, and that's what Krishna is saying here. Prak sharira vimokshanat. Before one gives up the body, one should make sure that the senses are controlled. And it is possible, as I am repeatedly telling in this video, that when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, two things will happen. One is we'll get a lot of conviction to do this process very, very seriously. And second, we'll keep getting little bit of taste. Every now and then we'll keep getting little bit of taste, that higher pleasure, by which our greed will keep increasing to taste more and more higher pleasure, and we'll be able to continue doing this. So this will actually help us to tolerate the pushings of the body and mind. Or else obviously it's very difficult. A materialist can never do this. Never. He'll get frustrated in life. But a spiritualist will always see a ray of hope by practicing Krishna consciousness. So one of the easiest way to control the tongue is to accept only prasadam. There are so many stalls will be there around, so many restaurants are there around. But then a person should be intelligent. I'm here to control my tongue because the most voracious of all the senses is the tongue. If we control the tongue, the belly is controlled, the genitals is controlled. All of them are in a straight line and all of them are boneless muscle. So it's easy. If the tongue is controlled, everything else will be controlled. And how to control the tongue? Not eating anywhere and everywhere. Eating only those foodstuffs which are offered to Krishna. And on the special days like Ekadashi, we have to fast. On that day, we can fast just without water, or take some water, or just be on fruits, or some little items which we can take, which are non-grain foodstuffs, just to make sure that our stomach is not too much agitated also, right? So that we can continue our services. So by fasting and by feasting on Krishna prasadam, one can actually control one's tongue. And when the tongue is controlled, the belly is controlled, genitals is controlled. And since the Krishna prasadam is sattvic in nature, this lust and anger will automatically get controlled. So one should endeavor every single day, one should ask this question, is this food offered to Krishna or not? If not offered, better not to take. Just have only Krishna prasadam. This is the instruction that is given in our Shastra to lead a very, very happy and blissful life. So now after talking about this, Krishna is again re-emphasizing on the point of pleasure in spiritual realization. So let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.